Welcome to a very special edition of previously unseen clips from this series of Would I Lie to You? Joining Lee Mack tonight, Bob Mortimer, Richard Osman, Jermaine Genus, Moira Stewart, Alex Jones, John Cooper Clarke, Claire Balding and Joe Lycett. And joining David Mitchell tonight, Danny Dyer, Gabby Logan, Steve Backshaw, Alan Davis, Jermaine Greer, Greg Davis, Rod Gilbert and Nick Grimshaw. And so we begin with round one, Home Truths, where our panellists each read out a statement from the card in front of them. Now, to make things harder, they've never seen the card before. They've no idea what they'll be faced with. And it's up to the opposing team to sort the fact from the fiction. And Danny is first up.
I've buried £1,000 in cash in a secret location in case I ever have to go on the run.
When did you hide it?
About 10 years ago.
Are you willing to say on national television exactly where it is?
No. I think I'll keep it double low, to be honest with you. You know, because if I'm on the run, it's going to be on top for me, and it'll be the first place they look, won't it? If I'm sniffing it. Not that I'm going to be on the run. I'm just saying that, you know, I've buried a bag of sand, which is £1,000, right?
Right.
Somewhere, in case it comes on top.
What does that mean?
Somewhere?
No, on top.
If something happens illegal.
Oh, I thought you meant in case the money you haven't buried it deep enough and it will end up on top.
It's double low, you muppet. He said that.
Well, I don't know if I don't know what low means in his thing, I don't know what double low is.
Well, you know it's twice as much.
I don't know what the starting point is. How much is low?
Well, low, you know, I mean, double low's proper on top, right?
Don't forget, anybody watching, we do have subtitles. Use that red button.
What would you imagine that you could get into trouble for? We don't count acting.
No.
Sorry.
I like that reaction. It's a good reaction.
Right, so...
Healthy.
So, what kind of thing could you get into trouble for?
Well, numerous things, so, you know, you need to just have a little stash somewhere.
Daddy, can I just check? Is this for crimes that... Not crimes.
I'm not talking about crimes.
I didn't say crimes.
No.
I didn't say crimes. Is this for murders that have taken place previously or things that might happen in the future?
Are you asking Danny to confess to crimes?
All right, so do you think you might have to move abroad to start a new life?
Well, not abroad, Margate or something like that. Get off the plot, you know what I mean? No one goes here.
How long could you last on a bag of sand?
Well, it depends where you are, Margate. You can last about 10 years, you know what I mean?
And how did you bury it? Was it under cover of darkness?
No, it was in broad daylight. I wouldn't go at night, you know what I mean?
Why did you do it in daylight?
Well, because it's in a... well, I'm giving it away now, aren't I?
You're not. It's not. I'm not going to go. Daylight. I think I know where it is. I know where it is. It's somewhere outdoors. I'll go and get it.
It's in an area that's, you know, ain't got no houses around and there's no gaffs about. It's...
Right, so you buried it in like a forest or something?
Not a forest, no, it'd be too tricky for me to go and find it. No, not a graveyard.
If I get it right...
That'd be out of order when they're digging up a grave and whacking the ground. No, it's a field.
A field?
In a field?
Ah. Presumably now you possess a treasure map.
No.
Well, how are you going to remember where it is?
It's about where I whacked my motor.
You've what? You killed your car?
No. I parked my car.
Yeah, but you drove your car away, though, didn't you, afterwards, so it's not still there. You do know that when you got back in the car and drove away, saying it's by the car is no longer a help.
Well, I parked my car next to something that I will remember.
Ah, now, so you drove... What is that thing?
I'll tell you what it is.
Good.
No, I don't want to know.
Why?
Well, it might be next to a sort of Norman Wisdom statue, you know, and there's only a...
Whoa.
There's only a few of them knocking about, is what I'm saying. It's not near a Norman Wisdom statue. It's not.
No. You can't expect Danny to give away the location on television of where his bag of sand is.
So for a minute then, I really thought I was in some gangster film where he's gone, I've whacked it off and buried it near the Norman Wisdom statue.
Have you been back to check on it, to check it's still there?
No, it'd be stupid, wouldn't it? You know, it's there. No one's gone near it, I know that. It's impossible to find.
So what do you think, Lee?
What do we think?
Absolutely not.
Really?
No.
I say it's a lie.
Joe says it's
1,000
lie.
wouldn't have been enough.
And I say it must be a lie.
You're going to say lie. OK. Danny, truth or lie?
It's a lie, innit? Come on.
Claire, it's your turn.
The first time I went to Germany, I knew only one German phrase. And bizarrely, an accident occurred which required me to use it.
David's team.
What was the phrase?
Entschuldigen Sie bitte. Mein Vater ist in den Frisch gefallen.
I don't speak German. Is that a phrase or is that just a random German sentence?
Are you asking what does it mean?
Yeah. I mean, is it like...
It means, excuse me please, my father has fallen in the river.
That well-known German phrase. Had your father fallen into rivers elsewhere for you to learn that phrase?
No!
Was he like a serial...
River, no.
But why would you learn
Actually.
that phrase unless you had a habit of falling into rivers before you went to Germany? You thought, I better just check that out. So you, total coincidence. I think I learned the phrase, my father fell in the river.
Yes.
You went to Germany and your father fell in the river. I think I'm ready.
You see, I think
I'm ready. I've decided. I don't know what I'm going early on this one.
So what happened with your dad and who did you say that phrase to? Were you just shouting it from the banks?
No, we were skiing and he skied off, he was going off piste and he skied into a little river by mistake.
What is the German emergency? Is it 999? That could cause all sorts of difficulties, couldn't it? Because they're saying to German, do you need help? And you'll say 999, and they go, forget it. And then...
I didn't.
But when you
didn't
dial
say-
999, Lee, do you then say to them 999?
No.
You've got one of those old phones where you have to call to the operator and go 999 at once, the vicar has been taken ill.
Claire, who did you end up saying this phrase to?
To a passerby,
A skier?
yes.
Right.
No, tennis player, Rob.
I flagged them down.
You
and
flagged
said-
Wow, she's going fast.
So you spoke to this passing skier, who was just another holidaymaker, another skier. What happened?
Well, luckily they were English.
Ah.
So they had no idea what you were saying.
No, absolutely no idea.
So you spoke to them, and then what happened?
They helped me pull him out.
Right.
But then
okay.
all evening I was able to say that my father had fallen in the river in German.
What are you thinking, Nick?
Well, I think that you would have just initially said help if this was a true story. You wouldn't have been like, let me just remember this very weird German sentence.
I'm not sure, but I find it hard to think ill of Claire Balding. I think she's telling the truth.
Oh.
No, if she's lying, it wouldn't reflect badly on her character if she was lying.
It would. Even within the parameters of this game, I still don't think she would.
So, what are you going to say?
Lie.
Lie for me.
True.
True, absolutely.
I think lie.
You're saying lie. OK, they're saying it's a lie. Claire, truth or lie?
Would I? It's true.
It's David.
I find it incredibly irritating when other people fiddle with my jigsaws.
Lee's team.
What was the last jigsaw you did?
It was a picture of the city centre in Oxford.
How many pieces was it?
1,000.
1,000.
What's your jigsaw etiquette?
My etiquette.
Well, when I say etiquette, I mean if you're doing a big jigsaw, you have to do it on something so that it doesn't upset everybody else's life. So what do you do it on?
My grandfather's coffin. Because we've all stopped hoping that he's ever going to come out. On a card table.
On a card table?
Oh, OK.
You have a card table?
That's nearly right.
And you start with the outside. You do the whole perimeter.
Yeah.
Where do you go then?
Then I go for recognisable objects in the scene.
So which particular recognisable bits are you looking for then?
Well, there's a building in the middle with a sort of dome and a spike. I'm an expert in architecture. So there was that thing, and there was several people wandering around, you know, like someone on a bicycle.
Whoa. He's saying, you know, specific. You're looking for specific things.
Yeah.
A person can go anywhere in the jigsaw.
No,
Yes,
they
but-
can't. They can only go where they go.
I will say,
You can't go up, put a person... I'm going to put him up there.
when you do a jigsaw, Lee...
Yeah.
Well,
I don't, David, because I've got a life, but carry on.
Yeah. No, fair enough. Yeah. I was going to say, do you use scissors? Because that's a...
You know I'm not
That's
allowed.
a rookie...
So generally, a 1,000-piece jigsaw, you're coming back to it now and again,
Yeah.
work commitments permitting. How long does it take?
Let's say 3 months.
OK, 3
All right,
months.
let's say it. 3 months.
3 months. It's a 1,000-piece jigsaw, 333 pieces a month.
Excessive.
So he's doing about 90 pieces a week. So he's doing about 15 pieces a day, right? 15 pieces a day is borderline. You need help.
I don't need help, and I don't like it when people help.
That's the point.
So, Lee, what's it going to be?
Alex?
Well, if he was into jigsaws properly and you didn't want a fiddler, you put cling film on it.
What?
You're even weirder than me. Wouldn't the cling film sort of stick to the pieces, and then so when you pick the cling
No.
film up, it would sort of undo
What you do,
weeks
right?
and months of work?
No.
That's horrible,
Because you
isn't it?
buy a massive tray,
Yeah.
you do it on the tray. Not only can you carry it around if you need to dust, but also the cling film wraps underneath.
You've watched far too many features on the one show, haven't you? This week we're talking about tricks for jigsaws. You probably think it's just the four corners you have to know, but no, get your cling film ready, we'll tell you afterwards. John, do you think it's...
Well, I can say, I think David's a contemplative type of person, you know, and jigsaw puzzles kind of allow you that loose space to be, to be a ruminative... takes you to a ruminative place that you wouldn't otherwise enter in the normal run of events.
But just to clarify, is it true or false?
True.
Okay, go, true.
OK.
You're going to say true? OK. David, truth or lie?
It is true.
It's Bob.
I have a possession.
Ah, there's a box. Take the item out of the box. That's it. Pop it there, and then read the card thus.
This is the cushion that I used to carry my pet owl around on. I would have brought the owl, but he escaped last week.
David's team, what do you think?
What kind of an owl was it?
Oh, yeah.
Tawny.
Yeah.
Tawny's perch on branches.
Yeah.
So how did you get it to perch on a big, flat, soft cushion?
Oh, Steve, it's so good to have you here.
How did I? Is there a problem here, Steve? Here are the tallow marks. I have a rare breeds farm near me, and they had to get rid of a tawny owl that was injured. It couldn't use its wings, and I shouldn't use the words, it couldn't use its bottom. For doing what? For poo-pooing.
What did it use?
So, as a trustee of the organisation, because it's just down the road from me, in Warehorn, I agreed that I would look after it. It actually had what you would call a colostomy bag.
We wouldn't call it that.
No, you would.
We'd call it a colostomy bag.
Have I said it?
Yeah, we wouldn't have picked it up, but you did specifically say that's what we would have called it. And I thought I'd better address this because we really wouldn't.
Steve, is an owl's colostomy bag called a colostomy bag?
Yes, it is.
You wouldn't really need it because the majority of kind of solid faecal matter with an owl comes out of its mouth.
Yeah. No, we're dealing with a very sick owl. No, I'm sorry, I sound aggressive there, but I can say... Look, He's escaped now, and I can see his little face. We were given a pipette with what was owl nourishment.
So you had to feed it
with a
pipette.
Yes.
And how did it stand on the cushion? If, as Steve says, it needs a perch.
No,
it was fine, just sort of.
I've clearly not made it clear. This is an incredibly sick bird. You can't judge it by the normal tone. This is just a lump of meat and feathers. There's just hanging on in there.
But the thing still escapes.
Yes, it escapes. Actually, I suspect it was killed by my cats.
Why did this owl sanctuary, when it has a sick owl, why didn't it look after the owl itself rather than give it to a local celebrity?
Because I'm
cushion and cats.
I'm very closely associated with it.
Sorry, my client would like a minute.
You had clearly said to them you were going to nurse it back to health?
No, that was never going to happen.
It's palliative care.
No, it was palliative care.
Palliative care.
It was
palliative care for the owl.
A hospice for the owl.
For the owl. Right.
And we had some decent times.
Did he have a name, this owl?
We called it...
Did you? You called it...
So you're upset, Bob, I can tell. If you need a minute, it's OK. But what did you call it?
Sorry?
What did you call it?
What did we call the owl?
Yeah.
Well, we called him Mavis.
Bob, what did you feed it with the pipette?
It was described to me as owl nourishment. Everything.
You just take bowls and put them in a liquidizer.
Steve, I can't impress on you. The most you got out of it. It's just a lift and mid.
It wasn't perched, then it was reclined on the cushion. That was its. That's its. That was its deathbed.
Yeah. We'd have like a broomstick or something and just hold it.
And what have you told the owl sanctuary? What have you told them? Because they must have been upset.
No, I've told them he's passed away, yeah.
And they said, well, that's fine. We knew Mavis was going to die soon. That's why we gave him or her to you, a comedian who lives locally, to keep on a cushion in the same room as some cats.
Sorry, my client would like to change his plea.
This isn't sounding...
You're a trustee, did you say, of this charity?
Yes. It's a rare breeds farm in Warehorn. Does family days. Sadly, I haven't got an owl at the moment. But...
So, David, what are you thinking? Is this true?
No, this isn't true.
I think you made all that up.
I just don't believe they would let him bring a dying, tawny owl home.
No, I don't think so. I think we're saying it's a lie.
I think you are.
And I think that's the Rare Breed Centre probably needs to look at its working practices if it happens to be true. But
OK, Bob, truth or lie?
I was telling a lie.
It's Jermaine.
Possession.
Possession. Now then, there's a box under the desk, Jermaine.
Here is
could you read the card first and then take the item out and pop it on the desk, please?
This is the bag I wear on my head to carry my shopping home.
All right, so let's see the bag. Just pop it in between you and David there on the desk. That's it.
You say wear it on your head?
Yeah, we need to see this.
You do like this. This is a... This is a tump. It's a
You've obviously done that before.
It's a tump line.
Tump line? It's a tump line.
People all over the world carry things like this, especially if they haven't got beasts of burden. You become the beast of burden, so...
Sorry, have I just turned over?
Oh.
What are you doing with your arms?
You're walking with a stick or carrying a baby or whatever.
You're walking with a stick and a baby at Tesco?
Well, you see, it comes from somewhere else, this amazing thing.
Where do you shop? Tibet?
No, I shop in Essex.
You come over here, Jermaine, if you would, and I'll tell you what we'll do. I will be working at the local supermarket. I'm the new young checkout boy, and
it's good that you're getting some practice with it.
And I'm checking. Right, is it ready? Okay,
yeah.
Ready? Here we go. Get ready. Get ready. Beep. There you go, love. Beep. And some oranges, I see. Lovely. How much bread?
Can I just ask a question? At this point, are there people in the queue looking at you face on?
In the supermarket, you got your trolley. Then you get to the checkout. Then you get to the checkout. Come on, hurry up.
That's going to be too heavy, isn't it?
No. Put it
Are you
in.
sure?
Yes.
If I kill you on the television...
There could be a dead body in there. That's how big it is.
Is that all right?
Yeah, I'm
again.
still cool.
All right. How far would you walk
Well,
with those, Jermaine?
I can walk any amount of distance.
And how do you get it off?
How do I what?
How do you get it off without doing yourself... Oh, careful.
Isn't that a
it's-
problem?
Well, very convincing. What do you think, Lee?
Jermaine?
She don't strike me as a person that's going to be too fussed about what people think.
OK.
And also, it kind of suited her.
I think it suits her. I think it's 100% true.
If this is true, I've got one word for you, and that is Ocado. My team say true. I doubt it, but we'll go with the team.
You're going to say true. Jermaine, truth or lie?
True.
Greg, your turn.
When I was a teenager, I used to have to button my legs in order to squeeze into tight leather trousers.
Please, team. Off you go.
What age sort of thing? What age are we talking?
I was 17, and it was when I was experimenting with being a goth, actually.
You don't look like a good goth to me, because you're too close to the sun.
I wasn't.
Isn't there an issue of rancidity in when when the temperature of a room changes?
Yeah.
It's a very volatile substance. It moves from a solid to a liquid in the blink of an eye. And
I wish you'd have been my science teacher. School would have been so much more fun.
there's an issue around odour here.
You're forgetting that I was a teenager when I was doing this, and I generally stank. I mean, it wasn't butter, actually. It was a margarine spread of sorts. It wasn't worse. It worked. The reason I had to do it is because I'm ludicrously tall, and the only tight trousers around stopped sort of, like half a foot below my knee, so it would look like I was wearing some sort of perverse lederhosen. So the only tight trousers that would fit me were sort of women's lycra leggings.
How did you manage to hold the trousers to pull them up, now that your hands were very slippy with the marge?
Well, I would put the marge on, and then, interesting thing, in Shropshire, running water. I would wash my hands.
And who else knew about this?
My sister was the only person who knew, and that's because she walked into my bedroom when I was applying the marge. And I was very keen to explain...
That must have been one of the worst moments of her young life. So what do you think?
What do we think, John?
It's not playing out very well in the playground of my imagination.
I think that's the most wonderful way anyone has said lie on this show.
Oh, I really want it to be true.
It is true.
Because to see you in a woman's legging would be magical.
Well, you just call me.
Why I've got my doubts here is because we've gone from leather to lycra and butter to margarine.
No, they were leather...
yes.
No. They were leather effect. You didn't ask me. They were a sort of leather effect trouser.
I can't believe it's not leather.
Yeah.
OK, what are you going to say?
You're saying it's a lie. Alex is saying
Oh, I'm sorry, John. I'd love to agree, but I think he's a bit weird. Yeah, people do alternative things with groceries at that age, I think. Oh, my gosh, not that sort of thing.
I'm go with John and say it's a
Safer.
lie.
Say it's a lie.
Yeah.
OK. Greg, truth or lie?
It's a lie.
It's Jermaine.
If ever I took a penalty, I would choose to place the ball to the left or right, depending on which of my socks was the muddiest.
David's team.
Oh, right. Alan, what's...
Well, footballers can be quite superstitious.
How did you come to that system?
It started when I was a kid. As you can imagine, those playing fields wasn't exactly Premier League pitches in those days. But every time I did it, I scored, so...
What's your strike rate on penalties?
90%.
And what's the average... How many penalties... What's the percentage of penalties that go in?
Alan, you take the questions, mate, come on.
Tell you what,
That was his football,
it's
didn't he?
quite easy, this football pundit lot. Gary, you say it.
I'd like to ask if, when your socks are very, very muddy, one foot is heavier than the other.
No, if the mud's on your boot, then it would tend to be heavier, but not the sock.
Is that something you're just interested to know?
No, it would be nice to find a sensible reason for scoring with either foot.
It's not the
No,
foot.
no, let's be clear about
it's
this,
always the
Jermaine.
same foot.
It's all right, David, I've got it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not different feet. It's different...
Suddenly David's become Alan Hansen.
I found something I knew. I understood. It's different order.
I understand. I didn't listen properly. I beg
No,
your
and that's
pardon.
your problem. You don't listen. So what are you going to say, David?
This sort of rings true.
Did you play football as a... I know you don't
Yeah, I
play
had
it
to
now
play-
professionally,
Yeah, I
but...
had to play a bit.
At school?
Yeah. I hated it completely, but I was usually sort of put vaguely in defence.
Oh.
So that I'd be sort of standing there coldly.
Some of
and
the
then
bigger
ball
boys
would go
charging down
they
towards
charge
you.
past me in the goal, then it goes back to the middle and you get a bit of respite.
And what time was chess club due to start?
And yet I wasn't very good at chess, so, you know...
Really?
Yes, a pathetic physical specimen, and intellectually not that creative either. You know, but thanks to the way the media selects people for prominence, here I am!
OK. So what are you going to say? Has Jermaine Genus been telling the truth?
What do you think, Jermaine?
I think it is true.
True? Alan?
Yeah, let's say true.
True. We're going to say true.
You're going to say it's true. OK. Jermaine, truth or lie?
It's a lie.
Well, that's all we've time for on this special edition of Would I Lie to You. Thanks very much for watching. Good night.